While food plots are a vital part of deer nutrition management, it's not the only vital part. Let's get John Cooner to explain a little more on why mineral and vitamin supplements are so important.
As we explained earlier, one only has to go as far as analyzing a growing or hardened antler or doe milk to understand the importance of quality mineral availability. A hardened antler is basically a bone that is an extension of the skeletal system. Like other bones, hardened antlers are comprised largely of mineral, about 55%. During the hardening process, the mineral comes from both the skeletal system and from the food the deer consume. The mineral taken from the skeletal system must be replaced by what the deer eats. Antler growth is secondary to skeletal integrity, so too little mineral in the diet can have a negative effect on antler growth. If you consider that a buck regrows antlers each year, you can understand why they require such high levels of minerals in their diet. In terms of milk production, a doe has very rich milk. In fact, doe milk is much richer in nutrients, including minerals and vitamins, than cow's milk. If you want your deer to thrive, mineral and vitamin supplementation is vital. Most soils across the country have been depleted of many minerals, and therefore the mineral content of the forages those soils grow is low. That's why we've been developing and producing mineral and vitamin supplements for so many years and seeing such tremendous results. Mineral and vitamin supplements cannot just be randomly mixed in a bag with a huge amount of salt. In fact, salt does very little for antler growth. Highly effective supplement development takes a lot of scientific research and testing with an in-depth knowledge of what minerals a deer needs and what amounts and ratios need to be included. So what are the minerals and vitamins needed in a supplement? Minerals can be broken down into categories: macro minerals and trace minerals. Macro minerals are those needed in large amounts and include minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, for example. Micro minerals are those needed in smaller amounts, but they're equally important. Examples include copper, manganese, cobalt, iodine, zinc, iron, and selenium. Vitamins are either fat-soluble or water-soluble. A deer produces water-soluble vitamins in the rumen of its stomach, but a deer cannot produce fat-soluble vitamins. Whitetail Institute supplements include fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, and E. All these minerals and vitamins must be used in supplements at exact levels and proportions in order for them to benefit the deer. It's very similar to a cake mix. A cake mix calls for specific amounts and types of ingredients. Some call for more than others, but all ingredients must be in the mix for the cake to be good. If you don't add one ingredient, or you put too much of one ingredient and not enough of another, your cake mix is ruined. Formulating a mineral vitamin supplement is exactly like that. Two misconceptions about deer minerals and vitamins are that a cattle mineral will work for deer and that a salt block is all you need. First of all, cattle and deer are similar in that they're both ruminants, but their mineral needs are quite different. After all, cattle do not grow antlers. As far as salt goes, deer are attracted to salt. This, however, does not mean that it does much for antler growth. A product that is largely salt is more of a spring-summer attractant than a supplement. When the Whitetail Institute developed 30-06 and 30-06 Plus protein, all of these considerations were taken into account. These products are not glorified salt licks. They're the real deal. First, 30-06 and 30-06 Plus protein are designed specifically for deer, not cattle. They incorporate all the macro and all the trace minerals deer need, as well as vitamins A, D, and E. Each is formulated in amounts and ratios designed to maximize performance and digestibility, and both are highly attractive. Deer will literally dig holes in the ground to get the mineral. The difference between the two products is that 30-06 Plus protein contains an added 10% protein boost and has an even lower salt content.
Using 30-06 or 30-06 Plus protein is very simple. First, maximum usage and results occur when you use 30-06 or 30-06 Plus protein between spring and fall. When creating a 30-06 or 30-06 Plus protein site, it's best to mimic the way deer get minerals naturally. Deer get the majority of their minerals from the soil, so create your sites directly on the ground. Locate a trail or crossing of two trails. Back into cover 5 to 10 feet off the trail. Using a rake or shovel, clear away an area 2 to 3 feet in diameter, removing 1 to 2 inches of soil. Pour 30-06 or 30-06 plus protein on the exposed soil and lightly mix with the dirt. How long each bag of 30-06 or 30-06 plus protein lasts depends largely on the size of your deer herd. It's important, however, to keep the area supplied so the deer continue using the site. When first creating mineral sites, try several different locations. When you figure out which sites the deer are using the most, continue to replenish those sites. We recommend one site for every 40 to 100 acres, depending on the size of your deer herd. Because of the incredible attraction power of 30-06 products, you need to check your local game laws before hunting over the site. Here's what some of our customers have to say about 30-06 and 30-06 with protein. Mike Abear of Minnesota writes, "We've taken 9 big bucks since we started using your 30-06 minerals. We're seeing more deer, and they have heavier bodies as well as heavier racks." Edward Gruba of Michigan writes, "After using your products for 2 years, I was able to take these nice bucks off my property in 1 season." John D. Burkhart of Indiana writes, "It's not hard to see the difference in our deer since we've been using your products. A few more years and we'll have the best deer herd around."